Okay, greetings one and all, and welcome to this math lesson. In this lesson, we will be looking at rules of indices, rules of indices. Let's begin. All right, let's consider this first question. Here we have 5AB multiplied by 3AC. Again, we have 5AB multiplied by 3AC. What we're going to do is we're going to group the numbers together and we're going to group the letters together. And so here we have 5 times 3, so the numbers are together. And then A times A multiplied by B times C. We put the A's together since they are the same. What is 5 times 3? Well, 5 times 3 is definitely 15. And so we bring down everything else. And what is A times A? Well, A times A is definitely A squared, A squared. So we bring down everything else. So now we have 15 multiplied by A squared, multiplied by B, multiplied by C. And so what that is just 15 A squared BC. So we removed all of the multiplication sign because when we have them close like that, that means multiplication. We cannot simplify this any further. And so our answer here is 15A squared BC. Let's move on to the next question. Here we have 4m multiplied by 3m squared. And so we have 4m multiplied by 3m squared. What we're going to do is we're going to consider the numbers. So we're going to group the numbers together and we're going to group the letters together. And so let's do that. We have 4 multiplied by 3, so that those are together. And we have m multiplied by m squared. Well, 4 multiplied by 3 is definitely 12. And m multiplied by m squared is m to the third power. So m multiplied by m squared is m to the third power. And so we have 12 multiplied by m to the third power, which is going to be 12m to the third power. And so that's our final answer, 12m to the third power. Moving right along, we have here, we have 18b squared all over 9b, 18b squared all over 9b. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to expand the top and we're going to expand the bottom. So 18b squared is the same thing as saying 18b times b, and 9b is the same thing as saying 9 times b. But if you notice carefully, these two b's here can cancel out each other, so we cancel them out. And so we are left with 18 times b, and we are just left with 9 at the bottom. And so this is going to be 18 times b and 9 at the bottom. But we know that 18 divided by 9, we know that 18 can be divided by 9, and we know that 9 can be divided by 9. So let's divide them just to simplify those. So we have 18 divided by 9, which is 2, okay? And 9 divided by 9, which is 1. And so we have 2b times, so we have 2 times b all over 1. And so we know that 2b, 2 times b is 2b. And if it's all over 1, then it's just the same thing as 2b. So we don't need to put the 1 at the bottom. And so the answer is simply 2b. So 2 times b is 2b. And since it's all over 1, we don't need to put that 1 at the bottom, because if you have a number over 1 or a term over 1, it's just itself. So 2b over 1 is just itself, which is 2b. Moving right along, we have this expression here. They want us to simplify. We have 6f squared multiplied by 5f. Again, we're gonna group the numbers together and we're gonna group the letters together. We have 6 times 5, and then we have f squared times f. We know that 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, so 6 times 5 is 30. And then f squared times f, well, f squared times f is definitely f to the third power. And so we have 30 times f to the third power. We bring them together, 30f to the third power, and that's our final answer, 30f to the third power. Moving right along, we have 3a times 8ab. And so what we're going to do is we're going to group the numbers together. We're going to group the letters together. So we have 3 times 8, and we have a squared. Sorry, we have 3 times 8 multiplied by a times a multiplied by b. And so what we did here, we grouped the numbers, and then we group the a's together, and then we put the b. So what is 3 times 8? Well, 3 times 8 is definitely 24, and we bring everything else back as normal. What is a times a? Well, a times a is a to the second power, a squared, multiplied by b. And all we're going to do is remove the multiplication sign and put them together close by, and that means multiplication. And so we have 24 a squared b, and that's our final answer. We cannot simplify that any further. So we have 24a squared b. Moving right along, we have this one. We have 20p to the fourth power all over 4p. And so what we're going to do is we're going to expand. Notice that this is p to the fourth power. So we're going to expand the top. This is p to the fourth power, which means we have p 4 times. And so it's going to be 20 times p, 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 and p. So we expand the top. And let's expand the bottom. Well, if we expand the bottom, well, the bottom is just 4 times p. And so what we can do is we can cancel the top as well as the bottom. So we have these two cancel out. And so we are left with 20 p times p times p. So that means that we are left with 20 p to the third power because it's p 3 times. And then we are just left with 4 at the bottom because we already canceled out this p. And so we have 20 multiplied by p to the third power all over 4. But if you notice 20 and 4, both of those numbers, 4 can go into both of them. So we say 20 divided by 4 and 4 divided by 4. 20 divided by 4 is definitely 5, and 4 divided by 4 is definitely 1. And we know that 5 times p to the third power is just 5p to the third power. We don't need to put the 1 because if we have a term or a number all over 1, then it's just the number or the term itself. And so 5p to the third power over 1 is just 5p to the third power. We don't need to put the 1 there. So the answer is 5p to the third power. Okay, that's it. That brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.